Originally constructed in 1996, Las Vegas Motor Speedway held its first major event in September of that year, an IndyCar race won by Richie Hearn. The first NASCAR event, Craftsman Truck Series race, followed 2 months later. The Xfinity Series paid a visit in 1997 before the NASCAR Cup Series arrived in 1998, marking the beginning of the track's long-term success. Changes to the oval in 2006 made it a more competitive venue for stock cars. This major renovation revamped the banking, upping it from a modest 12 degrees to 20. Not only that, but the corners were banked progressively, meaning to further up the racing surface, the steeper the banking. Lap times got quicker and racing got more competitive, with the current stock car track record held by Kurt Busch, just over 196 miles per hour. Tonight, it's the Numb Racing League Locascio 180, and it's next on HBR TV. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Locascio 180 tribute race. Numb Thumbs Gaming putting this on here. Derek Welch, a big part of this, of course. But here we are again, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Fun times getting ready to have by all. Practice just about wrapped up here at the Speedway. Let's go down trackside to see the best times that we have thus far. Most drivers off track right now, but 51 of Chris Klein, to no one's surprise. 30.14 fastest on the board thus far. Again, practice just about wrapped up. Chris Klein's really coming to his own here in the last handful of weeks, whether it's league racing or otherwise. He's been faster and faster, and here he is topping the charts here in practice. We'll see if he can back it up in qualifying as we're just about ready to get started in that session. Who takes to the track first? Looks like Russ Endicott will be the first to roll. Russ in the number 57 Trojan Magnum F-150. Don't laugh. Sponsors are sponsors. You take them wherever you can get them from. Mark Martin can run the Viagra car. He can run the Magnum truck. It's okay, folks. We're all adults here. Russ out of Washington, D.C. Now you see the QR code at the bottom right of your screen. If you're unfamiliar, just grab your phone real quick, open up your camera app, and just kind of hover over that until it's nice and clear and in focus. And usually, at least with an iPhone, you'll get a little yellow pop-up that gives you an ability to click that little pop-up, which would take you to another website. Gives you some details about the Locascio family, possibly an ability to donate as well. So check that out. That'll be up on the screen all race long. Also, keep in mind this, post-race, about 20 minutes after we finish up tonight's broadcast, head over to Twitch, twitch.tv/NumbThumbsGaming21. There's going to be a live drawing there for a button box. Derek will be live. Derek Welch will be live, making sure that gets taken care of right after the race. So that'll be a fun thing after the race to go over and watch over on Twitch. So make sure you do that. We'll post that once again here after the race in case you miss it this time. Chris Goins, maybe adults, but immature. Well, that's great. Endicott finishes up his laps 37.87, fifth quick on the board thus far. Connor Leach finishes a 30.57. He's top of the board right now. Connor out of Surrey, British Columbia. Brandon Coleman on the track. First lap of 30.75. Second lap for Coleman in the book. Second quick, just missed it. 30.598 for the number 19. Chris Klein out of Buford, Georgia, and the number 51 Beaver Direct Toyota. Fastest in practice. Let's see if he can back it up and put it on the pole here. Leach put on a good lap. Not as fast as they saw in practice, but drafting may have come into play. First lap for Klein, though, 30.601. Good lap to start things. Doesn't need a whole lot more to take the top spot. On to turn 4, Klein keeps it rolled right down to the bottom of the racetrack. Touches the grass just a hair at the start-finish line. What does he do? Doesn't do it. 30.641. Actually lost about 4/100ths of a second. Still a solid starting spot, looks like, for Chris Klein. Vincent Short, the number 15 machine. First lap at 31.24. Likely a throwaway. Vince out of Cayuga, Indiana. Again, guys, watching this stream here, feel free, chime in the stream chat, whether you're watching it from your phone, however you need to. We do appreciate the conversations that develop throughout the race. Ninth quick for Vincent Short, 30.66. Speaking of the 6, Caleb Sisk in the 6. First lap, 30.997. 17th quick, likely a throwaway. We'll see. Should see a big jump here across the line. The 6, where does he land? Third quick, 30.59. Row number 2. The skunkworksgraphics.com Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Albert Anderson out of Stafford County, Virginia. Plain Jane truck here tonight. That's unusual. Let's refresh the paints before we go green flag racing, just to be sure. I know it's kind of hack to do it mid-broadcast, but you know what? I'd rather do that than have it be wrong. Let's see if Anderson's actually got a paint to sport here tonight. A lot of guys using the flat of the racetrack. That's allowed. First lap, 6 quick. Anderson with a 6:08. That's still a red truck. It's all right. Fire trucks are red. They go fast. Kinda. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze jumped up into that second spot. We didn't see it, but a 30.58 for the 17. Back across the line, Anderson does not pick up. 6th quick is where he's going to land. A couple of drivers still need to take a time here. Josh Kelleher, Justin Morrow, Tristan Cotton, and Reed Sanders. Kelleher just pulling out right now. Kelleher out of Springfield, Mass. Derek Welch, we got Josh, we got Chris Goins, and James Russell all in the chat. Ginger Parent, let's have a good race. I think I have an idea who that might be. Got to work on the screen name there, Ginger. Three minutes left in this session. Again, Kelleher, Morrow, Cotton, and Reed Sanders, the only 4 drivers to take a time left to take a time. Daniel Potschlag says, I wonder if Kelleher knows Homer Simpson. 30.93 for Kelleher, lap 1. Lap 2 in the books. 30.89. A little bit better. Doesn't improve his spot, but a faster time. Vincent Short in the chat. Good luck, fellas. Good luck to you, Vince. So 3 drivers, looks like. Justin Morrow, Tristan Cotton, Reed Sanders not taking a time in the qualifying session. That's all right. They will start at the back of the pack in order of I rating. So with that, we'll step aside here, get another short break out of the way. And if you missed it early on, if you're late coming into the broadcast, we're going to play the tribute video for the Locascio family one more time. Stay with us. We'll get one more out of it before we're done, but in case you missed it before, here it is. Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, let's take a look at our starting grid for the Locascio 180 on the pole position with a lap time of 30.578 seconds. It's the Canadian of Connor Leach driving the number 71 machine. Outside front row from Lone Star Racing, it's the 17 of Drew Blaze. Caleb Sisk will start from the 3rd position. Starting 4th will be Brandon Coleman in the number 19. Real tight times here in the top 5. Chris Klein, number 51, will start 5th. He was fastest in the practice session. We'll see if that adds up in the race tonight. Albert Anderson, the number 99, with All-Star Racing, starts 6th. Justin Lawson starts in the 7th spot. 8th starter belongs to Paul Durkee in the number 13 machine. 9th starter is a 43 with DEP Racing. It's Dana Shepard. Skylar Harrod with Skunkworks Racing in the 3 truck will start 10th. Vincent Short rolls from the 11th position. Brian Tiffany, 12th. Scott Milner will roll 13th. Justin Johnson, also of Lone Star Racing, he starts 14th. Tom Barish with NTR Numb Thumbs Racing starts 15th. Derek Welch himself starting 16th. 17th starter, it's Russ Endicott. 18th belongs to Jesse Redding. Josh Kelleher will roll from the 19th starting position. 20th, Double-Lot Joe Bennett. Starting in the 20th spot, Reed Sanders in the 4, 21st. Tristan Cotton in the 7 will start 22nd. Last but not least in our hearts, the 46 of Justin Morrow starting 23rd. Your starting lineup, Locascio 180. You're getting ready to go green as the field works through turn 2 behind the pace car. Should be going green here the next time by. those of you tuning in here a little bit late, you see a QR code at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Just hover your phone over that. It should give you the option to click a link. It will take you to a page with some more information and even some donation capabilities if you're willing and able to do so. It's a tough time of year for everybody, I know, but anything helps, certainly. Field working out of turn number 4. Pace truck's going to take the hard left into pit lane. Barney, the flagman, with the green in his hand. And we're ready to go racing.
Green.
Green flag in the air. We're underway. Field into turn number 3. Connor Leach with the lead over Caleb Sisk. Sisk up one spot already. Drew Blaze has slipped back one position into P3. You might lose 2 out of this. Blaze listed as the number 17. He's got a number 1 on the side of his truck, in case you're wondering. Outside of him, it's the 19 of Brandon Coleman. Sisk with some connection issues here. A little blink in and out, but he's reeling in Connor Leach. These 2 guys are teammates. All over the back bumper of Connor Leach. Meanwhile, Brandon Coleman, he's on a tear. He's looking to the outside of the 6 down the Nellis straightaway. Little slip up off the bottom from the 6. No contact. No harm, no foul. Top 3. Oh, there's some contact. There, we got it out of the way. Second start finish. Top 2, it's Connor Leach, Caleb Sisk, and then 3rd is Brandon Coleman. Drew Blaze runs 4th. Chris Klein still in 5th. More connection issues for Caleb Sisk. That is scary to see, especially for the 19 of Brandon Coleman. You're in the cockpit of that machine. All of a sudden, the truck you're trying to chase down and pass just disappears. That's okay. But the scary part is when they come back in. If he lands on your hood or right in your lap, for that matter, both of you guys are going to be in the wall. Those that may not understand why that happens, it's effectively just whether it's a signal issue, a connection problem with the particular person's internet, maybe even the PC itself, hard to say, but whatever reason, the data from that particular driver's car doesn't get sent to iRacing properly, and thus iRacing can't send it back out to everybody else in enough time for it to display, so it comes back as a blank car, nothing there. Again, as the trailing driver, that's certainly scary to see. Man, big time run down into turns 1 and 2, though. Sisk all over the back bumper of Connor Leach. Leach maintaining the top spot off turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Leach, Sisk, and Coleman. Coleman continues to pull out, looking high on the 6, looking for a way around, but doesn't have enough of a run out of the corner to produce. Guys are battling hard already, very early on. Again, 120 laps the race distance. 2 sets of tires available over the pit wall and a 65% fuel load. Drivers are going to have to pay close attention to that, take care of their stuff, worry about fuel, plan their pit stops accordingly. You can't just come in here without practice, without a thought about what you're going to do when you're going to make your pit stops. Leach knows that Sisk is fast. He's dumped down to the low side of the racetrack, even down the back straightaway. Didn't want to open the door at all for the 6. Caleb's got pressure too. I don't know if he's even bothering to look at his rearview mirror, but Brandon Coleman is all over the 6 like a cheap suit, taking a peek down to the inside for the position. Not a run, just trying to get into the mirror of Sisk, but that's only going to work when Caleb takes a look and actually sees the mirror. I mean, he's focused out the windshield right now. There's a reason it's bigger than the rear view. Connor Leach with the race lead, and Caleb Sisk down the Nellis straightaway wanting to take it away. Sisk in hot pursuit, just a few feet off the tailgate of the 71. Brandon Coleman, more of the same, hanging tough on the right side of Caleb Sisk. See the top three here together. Connor Leach, Caleb Sisk, Brandon Coleman. Fourth runs Albert Anderson, Drew Blaze in fifth. I say that as Drew Blaze and Dana Shepard now battling, and Shepard goes to the inside. He takes the fifth spot, moved Drew Blaze into Victoria's Secret #1 back to P6. Albert Anderson starting to close in on the top three as well. This could be a four-truck battle for these positions. May help the 19 at Coleman with a little bit of draft assist. Yes, it does come into play here at Vegas with these trucks and the way they punch a hole in the air. The draft absolutely is important. We'll see if it plays out here. Anderson to the inside of Coleman off turn 4. Both drivers keeping it pretty low on the racetrack. On corner exit, side by side for the third spot. Anderson in the red #99 on the low side. Up top, Brandon Coleman in the 19 tucks in behind, yields the position, move Albert Anderson to P3. Checking on Derek Welch running side by side with Jesse Redding. This is for position, the 16th spot, that is. Welch has it by just a foot or two for now. At the stripe, at the line, it's Welch in the 16th spot. Redding still trying to battle back around the outside. Redding recently off a race win here on the iRacing service, but now he's lost the spot to Derek Welch. May lose another here to Vincent Short. Short to the inside. Good run on exit at turn 2. He's going to dive into the bottom of the racetrack. Stays in tow of the one of Derek Welch. Now the 46 of Justin Morrow coming into play. Big time battle here. Drew Blaze in the midst of it. Again, I don't know if Drew is just off the pace compared to what we expect to usually see out of him. He's pretty quick most of the time we watch him compete just about anywhere, whether it's asphalt, dirt, trucks, cup, doesn't matter. He's lost a handful of spots +1, so he's down from 6th to 8th. Under pressure right now, Justin Johnson to the inside. Skylar Harrod there, also the 13 truck of Paul Durkee. Chris Klein leading this group in the Beaver Direct #51. These guys all familiar with each other, all used to racing around one another. Expect to see some clean racing between the 5 of them. And just behind, you've got the 57 of Russ Endicott. Taking a quick breath here, looking through the stream chat, want to get caught up. Ginger Parent again says, anyone who's watched Dana Shepard has seen my name before. Dana Shepard has one of the best fan clubs out there. Then Garage 73 Broadcasting. Happy birthday to my mom tonight. Thanks for everyone coming out and supporting this family. I'm a dad. This hits hard. I'm with you, man. And then Daniel Pochlag says, much love to the Locascio family, Cassio family. That's what it's all about. Meanwhile, everybody giving up on the side-by-side fights. It's Klein, Justin Johnson, Drew Blaze, Paul Durkee, Skylar Harrod, and then Russ Endicott in number 57. Endicott battling with the 4 of Reed Sanders. Sanders up top. The red and white Chevy Silverado. Meanwhile, things have changed up front. Battle for the lead, and Anderson may have it. Connor Leach still not willing to give up. Sticks to the outside, still up to the right elbow of the number 99 as they traverse down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Coleman there watching it unfold. On board with Albert Anderson. Side by side for the race lead. Maybe a little bit of contact between Anderson and Leach down into turns 1 and 2. Anderson still just hanging to the outside of the 99 truck, trying to take advantage of a little bit of side draft when he can, but Anderson just not able to get clear. More connection issues for Caleb Sisk. Meanwhile, the 44 of Dana Shepard has worked its way into the top 5, still alongside now of Brandon Coleman. 5-car battle for all of these positions within the top 5. The rest of the field not too far back either, as the 6th position, the 20 of Justin Lawson, is starting to close in as well. With a nose back out in front, just a nose, and at the stripe, though, it's Connor Leach who's going to lead the lap. Anderson's got to find a solution to this, get around the 71 and finally get clear. These guys are both going to be chewing up their stuff if they don't figure it out soon. Now with Connor Leach as he continues to try and defend this race lead over Albert Anderson. Anderson down low. Again, we talked about drafting. He's got no help there on the bottom. It's not Daytona or Talladega, but it certainly does matter. Leach might have missed the entry a bit into the corner. Exited turn number 2. Still side by side for the race lead. Finally gets clear. Anderson dropped back down to the bottom again in front of the 44. That was scary. Now again, the 44 of Dana Shepard is listed as the 43 on the racetrack. So the 44 machine, that white truck on the bottom side, 4th, 5th in line. That's Dana Shepard. It's not the 43 as you see in the timing tower. It's got a 44 on the door. That's okay. We do see that quite a bit in these one-off races. Drivers have a custom number paint on their truck. They're not guaranteed to get that number assignment when they come into it as a hosted session. Trying to keep everybody on the same page as far as that goes. There's a couple guys out there with mismatched numbers. Drew Blaze, again, being one of them. Blaze in the 10th spot. He shows a number 1 on his door, but a 17 in the tower. Single file for at least the top 10, maybe even further on back. 10th position, Drew Blaze still there ahead of Derek Welch and Skylar Harrod out of turn number 2. And Caleb Sisk has dropped out of the leaderboard here, significantly down. He's shown in the 20th position. He may have lost his connection here. Packet loss likely the case here for the 6th. That's a tough break. Caleb was a favorite to win here tonight. Hopefully he can get back in this quick enough to not lose too many laps. So that reorganized is the top 5 here. Connor Leach back with the race lead. Then it's Albert Anderson, Brandon Coleman, Dana Shepard, and now the 20 of Justin Lawson. That's your top 5. Biggest mover so far on the day is the 12th position driver, the 4 of Reed Sanders. He's up 9 spots. Looking to make it 10 here as he's looking to the inside of Skylar Harad. Pit stop starting here as the leaders pull down quickly, abruptly, lap 30, down into pit road. Connor Leach is in, Albert Anderson, Brandon Coleman, Skylar Harad. Some drivers stayed out. Justin Lawson was 5th. He's now your new race leader. See if he comes around next time by. So Leach into the pits, comes to a stop in that number 1 pit stall. It's going to be fuel only, it looks like, for the skunkworksgraphics.com number 71. Our pole sitter here tonight. Plenty of fuel for Leach. No tires was the strategy call. He had time to get at least right sides, but opted not. Back in the running goes Connor Leach. Meanwhile, Lawson from the race lead. He's going to hit pit road as well. It's going to be fuel only for the 20. Some drivers did opt for tires. I think Russ Endicott in the 57 took 4. It's going to leave him with 1 set left for the rest of this race. He might have to go the mid-section of this race distance to skip a set of tires, maybe save that final set for that final run. Connor Leach flying around the rest of these guys. Leach back into the 2nd spot behind Joe Bennett. Well, not anymore. As Bennett's going to hit pit road here. He comes down. He yields the top spot back to Connor Leach. So Leach, well, you see how this works out. Remember those drivers were all nice and tight together before pit stops? Well, that has all changed. Leach maximizing the amount of time not wasted coming to pit road. He's got a 1.65 second advantage over Albert Anderson in 2nd. That time gained likely his late braking into pit lane and then, well, hammering down on pit exit. Caleb Sisk listed in 21st, 4 laps down. Don't think he's made it back in. He has made it back in, but unfortunately for the 6, his chances of winning have all but gone out the window here tonight with that connection issue. Didn't take long, though. Albert Anderson able to reel in Connor Leach. We may have a battle for the top spot here before we know it. I don't know if it was just a slipstream that 71 was inadvertently providing to Albert Anderson. Certainly has allowed him to close the gap. It's within a 10th and a half, not even a truck length between the two at start and finish. Lap 35 goes up on the board. On his pit stop, he got tires. Connor Leach out there on the original set. So right now, Anderson is going to want to get around the 71 here, lead some laps, maybe even start to run away from Connor Leach. Leach doing a good job maintaining his top spot here on those original set of tires. I think Anderson's got to make his move sooner than later because over time, those tires are going to equalize. Still watching the fight. Albert Anderson trying to get around Connor Leach. Leach up the racetrack just a bit on corner entry and leaves the low lane available for Anderson. Anderson can't pin it down to the white line. Down the Nellis straightaway once again. Anderson all over the back bumper. Anderson ran about 100th quicker than Leach the last time by, but I think the only thing holding him back right now is indeed the truck that's in front of him. If Anderson can get on by and get clear, he should be able to put a gap on the 71, you would think. Fastest lap of the day so far is indeed from Albert Anderson at a 30.39. Last lap for the top two, 31.19. They both ran identical lap times. And Chris Klein, ironically, ran a 31.18. Justin Lawson a 31.16. So the top four running very, very similar lap times. However, Albert Anderson, the freshest tires of that group of four drivers, seemingly unable to take advantage of it right now. Personally, if I'm the 99 of Albert Anderson here, I back off a bit. I dial back the pressure, cool off my tires just a bit, get ready for another run. And only if Chris Klein starts to reel me in, gets to within a car length at that point, then I might opt to say, you know what, let's go for it. Let's try to get around the 71 a little more aggressively. Chris Gones says, number 21 in your programs, number 1 in your heart. Race winner Redding. Chris Gones in the chat talking about Jesse Redding running back in the 16th position. Fresh off a recent win. Redding winning the last Numb Thumbs Racing League event at Dover Motor Speedway this past Tuesday. And it didn't take long. As soon as we start talking about Jesse Redding, Albert Anderson makes the pass for the race lead. Let's go back and take a look at it. Got down to the inside. Just a moment ago. Off turn number 4, and Albert Anderson got clear and took the race lead away from Connor Leach. So with that, pass for the lead complete. We're going to take our first side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 52 laps in. Albert Anderson still your race leader. Connor Leach running in the second spot. Then it's Chris Klein, Justin Lawson, and Drew Blaze back into the top 5. But a big lead for Albert Anderson. We expected that with the fresher tires. Just over 2 seconds the advantage over Connor Leach. Leach pretty comfortable in the second spot as well. Chris Klein in the third position, quite a ways back as well, about 2.8 seconds. Roughly the same gap from first to second to third. Not the same for Justin Lawson in fourth, though. He's got Drew Blaze a truck length, maybe 2 off the tailgate of the number 20 machine. 1 truck in the wall. I think it might have been Derek Welch. It was brief and it was not significant. Just about 5 laps shy of the halfway point of this race. Anderson still out in front. Leach in the second spot on old tires. I'm starting to think that may have been the proper call. Make that first stop without taking tires. I know Leach is pretty good, but he's been able to maintain his position there in that second spot on the older tires. Chris Klein did the same. Justin Lawson also on the older tires. Drew Blaze, the same story. Now Russ Endicott in the 6th position. He took tires as well. So a couple guys opting to go ahead and take their first set of tires on the first pit stop. Again, I don't know if that's necessarily the best play. Leach on old tires having a decent run still in the second spot. Granted, he is 3 seconds back, but all that really means, again, 2 sets of tires over the wall for every driver in this race. So later on, things will kind of balance back out. Those guys that took tires on that first pit stop, well, there's going to come a time throughout this race at some point where they're going to have to take fuel only, and they're going to be in the same boat. Now, again, Connor Leach didn't take tires. We said that a million times. He's managed to stay there in that second spot. So we'll have to see how badly it hurts the rest of these drivers that opted to take their tires on that first stop. Daniel Pochlag says, wow, America's driver has really opened it up. He really has. It's 3.3 seconds now, and it's getting larger every single lap. I think Daniel needs to get a paint job for the number 99. That red truck, as nice as it looks, needs more stickers. "18 trucks remain on the lead lap. Double O Joe Bennett, the first truck, 1 lap down, back in the 19th spot. Caleb Sisk running 20th, 4 laps down. Again, as a result of a connection issue early on in the race. It's one thing to get turned or wrecked in the middle of a race. Those things happen. But to have a strong truck as he did, and have a problem with your internet that sends you back to the pack, that's just tough break. It's tough to handle. It's tough to take for sure. I will give Caleb a lot of credit, though, for staying out there. But more pit stops underway. Connor Leach, Albert Anderson from the top spot. Again, this is kind of right on cue. We expected to see this. Drivers made their pit stops lap 29, lap 30 or so. So here we are just at halfway. Second pit stops underway. Now, again, 2 sets of tires over the wall. Does Connor go another run without them, or does he take them this time? Nope, he's taking them this run. So first set of tires going on the 71 skunkworksgraphics.com machine. I tell you, if we stay green all the way to the end, these guys are going to be running out of fuel on that final lap. Could get really interesting. Chris Klein in the pits as well. Comes to the attention to his crew, the Beaver Direct Toyota Tundra TRD Pro in the pits. Right side's going on. Right side's only for Chris Klein. He's down and away. Very interesting. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. And you know what? I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. It's funny that he did it. I was just thinking about either you take no tires or 4. We saw how successful no tires for Connor Leach was. He managed to run that entire fuel run on one set. He managed to stick there in that second position. Diving to the bottom is Connor Leach. A bat out of hell. Chris Klein not quite up to speed yet. Connor Leach just blasts by 2 trucks, 51 and the 7. The 7 being Tristan Cotton. More pit stops wrapping up. Justin Johnson leaving. Jesse Redding also in pit lane. So through the cycle, Albert Anderson is retaking the top spot. Once again, Connor Leach showed his abilities getting in and out of pit lane. He was down about 3.3 seconds prior to the pit stop. Now it's only 1 second back to the 71 of Connor Leach. I know there's a lot of guys out there that focus on that. There's certainly time to be made up on green flag pit stops. I know Zach Millett certainly practices that quite a bit. Unfortunately, Zach working tonight, unable to make tonight's race, but Connor Leach getting it done. Still needs to find a solution, though, to Albert Anderson, but he's reeling him in a hurry. Anderson, again, did not take tires. We talked about this discrepancy earlier on in the race, that the drivers that didn't take tires early, well, their time will come. And now it's Connor Leach's time. With fresh tires on his truck, reeling in Albert Anderson quickly, diving to the inside here, going to take the race lead away. Lap 65 down into turn number 1. Connor Leach back to the point. Got to remind you guys, while you're still watching here post-race, check out twitch.tv/numbthumbsgaming21. Give it about 20 minutes or so post-race. I guess you can call it a post-race show. Derek Welch will be there doing the drawing for a button box for the participants here tonight. Still out in front, the 7 of Tristan Cotton there, all over him like a cheap suit, trying to get his lap back the hard way. Cotton only 1 lap down. If Cotton were to get by, I'd put double on Joe Bennett in the lucky dog position. But we've gone more than half this race without a caution, so lucky dogs are nice, but you need yellows to make them work. Anderson has slipped back to the 3rd spot on his old tires. Chris Klein, though, we talked about him. He took right sides only, and it seems to be working okay. We have seen many instances where 2 tires on these trucks really change the dynamic handling. Makes them very different, but again, if you've got some practice at 2 tires only, by all means, if you can make it work, go for it. I think the bigger question, I guess, is going to be the left sides when that time comes. how drastically different will the handle of the truck be at that point? Back in the 6th spot, Justin Johnson ahead of this group. Paul Durkee in the 13, Machine the 44 of Dana Shepard, then Derek Welch and Skylar Harrod. This is the back half of your top 10, 6th through 10th. Again, want to remind everybody that QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Get your phone out, open up your camera, just hover over that QR code. Typically will automatically prompt you for the next steps. You can click a little link there, it'll open up, give you some more information and the ability to donate to the family. If you haven't already done so and you're capable of doing so, again, I know it's time of year, it's tough, but every little bit helps. Justin Johnson running in the 6th position here, trying to hold off Paul Durkee. These guys are at speed here. I just don't know they've got enough to reel in the top 5. Justin Lawson will be the next driver to be reeled in if they can make it up to him. Lawson in his own battle with Drew Blaze. And Lawson running 5th, Blaze 4th. Blaze starting to reel in Albert Anderson. Looks like Blaze and Lawson both, though, they did take 4 tires, so this is not too much of a surprise. I think there's more drivers that opted for 4 tires on this set of pit stops than the previous. And Lawson on the inside. They're going to pick up both a position themselves. It's going to move Anderson back to the 5th spot. So now Drew Blaze up into P3, Lawson 4th. We might have a battle for the lead here very, very soon. In fact, it's here. Chris Klein all over the tailgate of the 71 of Connor Leach. Leach did take tires. Klein only took 2, but he was able to run him down. Last lap for Chris Klein, a 31.09 to Connor Leach's 31.25. I don't know if you want to throw the 7 of Tristan Cotton into the mix as to why there was a differential between the two, but we'll see. Cotton now dives way out of the, well, he tried to at least. Off turn 4, went way low, trying to give these leaders an opportunity to fight it out for that position. I know Cotton doesn't want to lift too much here, but he's trying to give these guys as much room as they can. Still a handful of laps. Cotton actually tucks in between Connor Leach and Chris Klein this time. It's kind of a catch-22 here because the 7 of Tristan Cotton, he's not just any old lap car. He's trying to get by the race leader to get his lap back. So he's pushing for everything he's got right now. He's doing a decent job, hanging tough here with the top 2. Puts himself back in the lead lap for the time being, but still not quite clear of the race leaders. Now he's clear. He seems so indecisive here. I know he's trying to battle for that lap, but at the same time, he's also trying to give the leaders some room. Connor Leach maintains the top spot here as we approach lap number 80. Down the Nellis straightaway once again. Leach tucks in behind the 7 of Tristan Cotton. Again, Cotton, the last truck on the lead lap. Did a good job to get around the 71, but now Leach battling back to try and re-lap the 7. Cotton goes way up the racetrack. Lap 80 up on the board, though. We're going to step aside and get our final HPR TV side-by-side break out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be back for some more green flag stops after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Locascio 180. 87 laps in the books. Connor Leach still out in front. We see Caleb Sisk working to the outside there. I don't know if almost got in the fence there or not, but again, Caleb just finishing out the laps here. I don't think he's going to get the cautions that he needs to try and get back onto the lead lap. He's still shown 20th, 4 laps down. Still got to worry about Cotton and Bennett. They would need to get the lucky dog before Sisk. Sisk loses connection once again. Having some trouble. Back out front, though, everyone's closed the gap on the race leaders. Connor Leach, Chris Klein, nice and tight together. A truck length between the two at most, and the 7 of Tristan Cotton. Third in the line, but not on the lead lap. He's 18th, 1 lap down. Third place machine is Drew Blaze. Blaze in the number 1 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Low side on Justin Lawson. Lawson in the 20, looking to the outside. Gonna see some pit stops here. It looks like Connor Leach is gonna do it right now. Oh, Caleb Sisk locking him up, trying to get to pit lane. I think Caleb might just be using this as a practice or / test session at this stage. Again, I have to give him a pat on the back for continuing to run this race. A lot of guys would have just quit by now, but not Caleb Sisk. Still out there turning laps. Anything could happen. We're in the final stretch here tonight. 90 laps go up on the board. Final set of tires going on the 71 truck of Connor Leach. Leach drops the jack down and away. Meanwhile, Justin Johnson, your new race leader here at Vegas. Just ahead of Chris Klein and Drew Blaze. Dana Shepard and Derek Welch in the top 5. And these guys are going to need to pit soon as well. We'll likely see that as Justin Lawson, Paul Durkee, Vincent Short, Coleman, Milner, Bearish, Endicott. They're all in the pits, and here we see him come off of turn 4 off the banking into pit lane. Klein might beat him down, little loose on the brakes, a little too much rear brake bias maybe for the 51. Hopefully he doesn't get dinged for speeding on pit lane. Got to roll down just enough. Justin Johnson, very clean entry into his pit stall. Right side's going on. Left side's going in the air for Chris Klein. This could be a 4-tire change for the 51. So in this instance, unless he still has a left set of tires, left side still sitting over the wall, I believe. He's likely not going to take advantage of him at all here unless we get a caution late. And even then, it's going to depend. Meanwhile, Connor Leach back out in front and Caleb Sisk all over the tailgate of the 71. I just have to imagine there's some teamwork going on here. Oh, Drew Blaze drops down to the racetrack. Almost got into the path of Connor Leach. Didn't expect those two drivers to be coming with the head of steam that they had. So Leach back out in front. Drew Blaze in the second spot. That was a pass for the race lead. Blaze, however, did not take tires on that last pit stop, so he's going to be at a disadvantage. Connor Leach out front with fresh rubber. He's in good shape. So right now, the leader is Connor Leach. 4 tires on his last stop. Drew Blaze, second, 11.9 second stop, likely just fuel. Justin Johnson was 13 seconds, likely right sides only. Chris Klein was 4 tires and watched that pit stop. And then 5th place, Justin Lawson, also 4 tires. They should have enough to go all the way to the end, but if there's a green-white checkered, they're all going to have to stop. Leach on the back bumper, a Ross Endicott. Ross, oh, he gets into him, and 57 goes around and the yellow comes out. I don't know if there was contact or not, but nevertheless, with 25 laps to go, we're under caution for the first time tonight. This will reset everybody. Still with 15 trucks on the lead lap. We were able to get through our green flag pit stops without this caution coming out until everybody got their pit work completed. Let's see what happened here to the 57. Slow it down here. From this angle, it certainly looks like there was some contact. Let's go on to the 71 and Connor Leach. We'll go to the roof cam. This will tell the story right here. Yeah, it looks like Endicott may have come down just a hair with the race leader to his inside. No damage on the 57 as he didn't make contact with anything, but nevertheless, where he spun, when he spun, it puts us under our first caution of the night with 24 laps to go. So with that, we'll step aside here, get a break out of the way. We'll be back after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 22 laps to go on the final lap of caution. Back to the green flag in just a moment. Our first restart of the evening. We'll see if Connor Leach can hold off Drew Blaze. 21 laps to go and we get back across the line. Pace truck takes the hard left down pit lane.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. We're racing once again with 21 laps to go. point to make. Caleb Sisk out of this race officially now. iRacing froze up on him, and unfortunately for Connor Leach, no longer able to help. He's just going to sit back and enjoy the rest of the show. Caleb, do appreciate you sticking around and turning as many laps as you could, but glad you got a chance to watch the finish of this race. 20 laps to go, then we got a caution once again to the start-finish line. Chris Klein involved in this one.
What do you think, bud? You think
Hard
you're all right out
impact
there?
to the outside safer barrier. Again, we didn't talk about fast repairs tonight, but he does have one. However, he tows straight to pit lane. He is not going to be on the lead lap when this one is all said and done. So quickly, caution number 2 here at Las Vegas. Truck doesn't look terrible, but let's see what happened here to the 51. Oh, Blaze comes down and just pushes Klein into the 13 a bit. Both drivers get up into the fence. Derek Welch gets a big chunk as well. And then you'll see Chris Klein just disappear. He tows to pit lane. Might have popped the motor on that one. Again, they do have a fast repair if they need to use it, but you still have to wait for the truck to get you to pit lane. Tough break. Caleb in the chat again. Needed all these yellows about 50 laps ago. Those of you that don't know, it says Josh in the stream chat, but he goes by Caleb. Don't want to confuse anybody. We got everybody on the same page with the mismatched numbers and the timing tower versus the paint scheme, but Josh is really Caleb, in case anybody's wondering. Well, we're getting to crunch time here, and all of a sudden these cautions start kicking in. And the point Caleb is making there is he needed about 4 to 6 cautions, depending on where he was on the racetrack, to get back on the lead lap. Again, he lost connection early on. I believe that was the reasoning for his disappearance there. We lost 4 laps. Was able to get back in the race, but needed a little bit of help to be back in contention, and unfortunately, he's out of here now. Daniel Pochlag says, let's get this broadcast some thumbs up, peoples. You know, I keep forgetting to mention it, but yes, that is an excellent point. If you guys are all here watching the race, it's easy and it's free to just click that like button. It does more than you know for us here at the channel, also for the league. It really pushes out this particular broadcast out to a wider audience, some fresh eyes, if you will. If they haven't seen a broadcast from us here yet, that helps us. Also, maybe you're going to get somebody out there in the iRacing world that hasn't seen Numb Thumbs racing yet. I haven't had an opportunity to come out and race with these guys. Maybe they're interested in joining the league. So it helps across the board. Hit that like button. Maybe even follow us. We just crested 700 followers on our run to get 1,000. That would be huge in the next year. 2024, I guess that's the goal for us here at HBR TV, to crack 1,000 followers. It's been great so far. 700 is a good number. We've only been at this for a couple of years. The problem is, and I wouldn't say it's a problem, is we do a lot of repeat business. We've been covering No Bull for a long time. In fact, No Bull was SCAR, the Superior Class Auto Racing, in its early days. Numb Thumbs, we've been broadcasting these guys here for quite some time. Lone Star Racing, of course, they've been around forever. IROC is relatively new for us, but we've jumped on. They've re-upped here for their late model stock season coming up in January. So repeat business is great because it's easy. You know the guys, it's just kind of status quo, but the problem is it's the same people watching every week. We don't get new viewers that way. I'll take it. I'd rather have a league that's not fresh to us, that I know quite well, than worry about brand new guys every time. But either way, click that like button, share it, follow us, whatever you got to do. We do appreciate it. Daniel Pochlag says, 23 people watching, should be 23 thumbs up. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm one of the 23. I'm just on a different account, but I can't reach that computer from here, so maybe I'll click it after the fact. But we'll get her done. Making me feel guilty over here. It's my broadcast. Come on. Pace truck lights go out, so next time by, back to the green flag. Hopefully we can get this one settled here. 15-lap finish. 15-lap shootout to the finish, that is. Connor Leach down the bottom of the racetrack, but this should all but secure everybody's ability to make it to the end of this race. Pit stops. Again, we ran green most of the event tonight. They were coming lap 29, lap 30 consistently, so we kind of expected some guys to run out of fuel on the final lap of this race, but that was only if we stayed green the entire time. We've had a couple of quick cautions here. That's going to extend that fuel for most of these guys. I would venture to guess even a green-white checkered is possible for the fuel load on board. We'll have to see how that plays out. At least one, maybe not two or three, but we'll see how we go. Pace truck makes the hard left into pit lane. Barney with the green in hand. They're in the restart
Ready,
zone. Green flag is in the air at Las Vegas. We're back racing with 15 laps to go. Trucks down the back straightaway, all jockeying for position. Connor Leach still maintains the top spot. Got the 20 of Justin Lawson in behind in the second position. Justin Johnson in the third position. Harrod and Anderson the top five. Change of position here. Skylar Harrod with the nose out in front of the third spot. Oh, tries to go up the racetrack and a massive impact. The three in the fence. Tried to clear himself and it wasn't able to make it work. Big time impact for Skylar Harrod. Was going for a potential race win, and he's out of this one here, it seems, late from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He has to tow back to pit lane. I think Scott Milner ended up in a issue right after that as well. Let's get a better look at it. Tough to say exactly, but the 10 of Justin Johnson is there. Gets into the right rear. I don't know if Harrod came up or not. Let's see if we can find a Justin Johnson camera here. There's the roof cam. We'll slow things down. Again, down into turn number one. You see the three of Skylar Harrod to the left. I think it might have been a combination of A and B. Justin turning in for the corner and Harrod thinking about going to the outside for the position. It just didn't pay off. Poor timing in general for all these drivers. And then what happens here with Milner? Oh, Milner gets right reared by the 21 of Jesse Redding. Get a better look at this here. I don't think it was Jesse's intent to do so. You see the 00 of Joe Bennett on the bottom of the racetrack. I think Milner might have been trying to avoid contact there as he comes up to track. Jesse comes down just a hair. That's the way it goes sometimes. Caleb Sisk with the bandage on the head in the stream chat. Yeah, you're right on that one. It was a massive impact. Again, we just got to shake our heads and be glad that it's just a sim, because a real-life crash, the way that the angle that Harrod hit the fence at, that would not have been good, even with the safer barrier and the Hans device and everything else. It still hurts, folks. You can still get hurt. I know it's been a long time since we've really hurt or killed a guy in the sport of NASCAR. And I say it that way because it is a dangerous sport. You can absolutely lose your life doing this. That's the type of crash you don't want to see in real life. We saw it here in the sim. Luckily, everybody walks away from that clearly. Caleb says the virtual Hans device in action. Well, for sure, we know we're good on fuel now. We've had a couple of cautions, I think 3 to be specific, in this final fuel run. They can go 29 to 30 laps on a full tank of fuel if they're really getting after it. So that shouldn't be a problem, even if these cautions continue and we get a green, white, checkered, maybe even two. We'll see. Come on, boys, pull it together. Such a clean race here tonight. Cautions breed cautions. We know that's the truth, and that's kind of what's happened here. While we have a moment, I want to mention once again, if you missed it earlier, post-race, check out twitch.tv/numbthumbsgaming21. Derek Welch will be doing a drawing here for a button box for all the drivers participating here tonight. Trying to raise some additional monies to help out the Locascio family. That likely to go off about 20 minutes post-race, so tune in for that with Derek Welch on Twitch. We'll post it one more time after our driver's interview, so stick around for that. In case you missed it, we'll post the link. Skunkworks Graphics Racing, great broadcast as always, Steve. Also known as HBR TV1. Yes. You can check out hbrtv1.com. I finally remembered to post the live link on the page here tonight, so if you missed it, it's there. Obviously, if you're here listening, there's no need to go check it out. It just takes you right back to where you left. But those likes do help. If you haven't gotten around to it yet, please do. Well, you see it live on the screen here. Pace truck lights have gone off, which means one thing. Back green flag racing the next time by. Be 9 laps to go at start finish. Once again, we'll cross our fingers, hope we can get this thing in here without any more yellows. Before we get too deep into things post-race, got to thank all of you guys for jumping in the stream here tonight and watching. Obviously for a good cause, but we do appreciate you being here each and every week, whether it's for League Racing with Numb Thumbs or anybody else for that matter. We do appreciate your presence. It's a whole lot more fun to broadcast to people when you know there's somebody watching. Doing this when there's nobody watching, it's not fun. Stream chat really drives that point home, so keep doing that. We do appreciate it. Help us out when we miss stuff, because it is just me. Once in a blue moon, I'll get somebody in the booth, but for the most part, I got to cover all those bases. Pace truck is down. 9 laps to go from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Can Connor Leach hold on for a race victory, or will Albert Anderson try and steal it away? Back under power, down into turn number 1. Leach with the advantage over Anderson and Lawson. Lawson to the outside of the 99 truck, but Anderson gets a better run down in the middle of 1 and 2. Turn number 4, Leach maintains the top spot over Albert Anderson. Leach and Anderson both have fresh rubber on board. So does Justin Lawson, Brandon Coleman, Drew Blaze, and Vincent Short. No, Short may have made an extra pit stop at lap 96. I don't know when he took his final set of tires. We see him battling here on the inside of the number 19 of Brandon Coleman into turn number 3. Drew Blaze thought about going 3 wide, thinks better of it. Stays where he is, tucks back in behind the 44 of Dana Shepard at the stripe. 7 laps to go. Short trying to inch up just a bit, get a better entry into the corner. Not enough room there with the 19 to his right elbow. Now gets by, puts some distance between himself, looking to the outside now to 20 of Justin Lawson. Lawson taking a peek to the inside of Anderson, but nothing doing there. Unchanged here at the front of the field. Connor Leach from the pole position has maintained his spot to the front of the field. Likely has led the most laps here today, but he hasn't led the most important one yet, and that's the final lap. Still 5.5 laps to go. Albert Anderson in hot pursuit on the tailgate of the 71. So is Justin Lawson. So is Brandon Coleman. So is Drew Blaze. Top 5 trucks to the inside. Then it's Vincent Short and Dana Shepard to the outside. Oh, and contact. Big time contact. Coleman is in the fence. Off the nose, I think, of Vincent Short. Caution number 4 up on the board. And Coleman likely out of this one. Significant front end damage to that machine. And he goes straight to pit lane. Let's take a look at it. Coming into it a little bit late, but man, a hellacious impact. Well, let's see if we get a better look here. Coleman in that black and I guess you could call it teal. Starts to come up a bit, grabs the wheel and goes left, but Vincent Short was coming down at the same time. I didn't even catch the 10 of Justin Johnson off the nose of the 7. Johnson gets a big piece of the wall. Well, there you have it. Caution number 4. And it's a big one. We got Freight Train says, let's go DW and NTG. Caleb Sisk says, the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions. We've said that a bunch in the last 4 cautions. It's looking strong here tonight, that's for sure. And we ran 3/4 of this race without a single yellow, and now we've had 4 in the last 30 laps of this race. So I don't know if we're going to tap into NASCAR overtime officially here or not, if we're going to get a natural green-white checkered finish out of this. Leach still out in front of Albert Anderson. Then it's Justin Lawson, Drew Blaze, and Dana Shepard now. Again, I want to remind everybody the QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen. Grab your phone. Hover over that QR code until something pops up. I know, at least with the iPhone, it'll give you a little yellow indicator. You can click that. It'll take you directly to a web page. Gives you a little bit more information and the ability to do some donation. Drew Blaze, though, down pit lane. Let's see if he had tires left. I know he did not take tires on his final pit stop, but with these cautions, does he have any tires left over the wall, or is he just gambling here trying to top off the tanks? We've had a bunch of cautions here. I can't imagine this is based on fuel, but we'll see. Blaze into his pit box. Left side's going in the air. Left tires only for Drew Blaze. We got With Fear Gaming in the chat. Dang, Vegas and trucks I should have run. Just curious who With Fear Gaming actually is. I'm good, but I'm not that good. I don't know your social media handles. I could probably match up the numbers versus the names, but that's about it. Skunkworks Graphics. Let's get the W for the Canuck, eh? Take off, little hoser. Daniel Potschlag. Drew Blaze wins best pit suits tonight. What else is new? Blaze always has sweet paints, whether it's on the pit crew or the truck. All right, so we're on the 1 to go. We'll get the restart here at lap 119. So yes, I believe this does put us into our first green-white checkered attempt. There are as many as 3 if necessary. Fingers crossed that we won't need them. Connor Leach is going to have to be on the wheel at this restart. Get a good jump on the 99 of Albert Anderson. Caleb asking who my pick is to win the late model race at Wilkesboro on Tuesday. I have no idea.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Green, white, checkered. NASCAR overtime from Las Vegas underway. Connor Leach with an okay start, but Albert Anderson stays right with him. The top four drivers, actually, all a great restart. Justin Lawson, Dana Shepard included. Going through turns 1 and 2. Leach stays to the bottom of the racetrack. Leaves Justin Lawson and Albert Anderson to battle it out for the second spot. Lawson jumps down low side, down to the apron, at least close to it. Anderson was trying to side draft the 20 just a bit. White flag in the air, final lap from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Connor Leach started from pole position. Wasn't fastest in practice, but he was fastest when they were really worried about it. Down the back straightaway, a half lap away. Leach with the race lead. Lawson and Albert Anderson battling it out for the second spot. On to turn number 4, checkered flag waving, and the winner, it's Connor Leach. Anderson and Lawson cross the start-finish line side by side. It appears that Anderson got the second spot, and then Justin Lawson came home in third. Connor Leach, the winner of the Locascio 180 here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Just burning them down here at Vegas. These guys are certainly having fun. Leach knows how to do some donuts. Garage 73 Broadcasting, Merry Christmas. That was fun. Garage 73, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thanks for tuning in here tonight. We're going to step aside, folks. We're going to get our final break out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Locascio 180. It's in the books, and Connor Leach has taken the checkered flag. Let's see if we can get a word with the driver of the number 71 Skunkworks Graphics.com machine, Connor Leach, in the broadcast booth. It's Steve. You got me? Connor Leach, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You with me? Still no Connor Leach.
Hello.
There we go.
How's it going, Steve?
Did I interrupt the bathroom break?
Almost. Just about.
Connor, congratulations, man. A dominating performance here tonight. Took the pole position, led certainly the most laps. Not quite all of them, but man, you were the truck to beat for sure out there. What was the key to success here this evening to take that number 71 SkunkWorksGraphics.com Toyota into victory lane?
I think I had a really good pole lap, or really good qualifying lap to get the pole. Turned the steering ratio down, or turned it up, I guess, to really make it as smooth as I could be going through qualifying. I was a little bit surprised I got the pole, but that was definitely a huge bonus for having a good race there tonight. Just, you got clean air, you can kind of decide where you want to be. The high line or the second lane up seemed to be really the way to go, especially early in the race. Some guys were driving, getting almost up to the side of me, driving around, and then once I kind of started up with the high line, just to have that clean air instead of following the leader, stay a lane above and just have some clean air on the nose as much as you could. And it was a fun race, but yeah, I think pole, that was definitely a big help for this one. I think we're doing the championship race here in trucks, so it's a lot of good intel for that race after this. But yeah, it was a really fun race. It's too bad I brought out the caution there, that first caution, but it definitely helped. I think fuel was tight for a few of us. I think I was one of the first guys to go down on that last stop, and it was going to be really, really tight. I feel bad for bringing out caution, but it is what it is. It's good for our race. But yeah, that was a fun one. Got exciting there at the end.
Well, let's walk through that here. I think it was the 57 or with the 7. Now I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
the 57.
He was trying to stay, I think, on the lead lap or whatever the case was.
He was a lap down, and I had a bit of a run on him coming out of the corner, and he was up off the bottom a little bit, and I just assumed he was going to keep heading up the track when he saw the lead pack coming, but I misjudged it and kind of had my nose in there in a weird spot, just on the exit of the corner, just clipped him a little bit. It's like, oh shit, oopsie daisy. He went around. Luckily, it didn't take up too many guys, I don't think. It spun to the inside and the caution came out, but it definitely made for an exciting finish.
Well, it is what it is. Racing, that tends to happen when you're inches apart at 150 plus miles an hour, if not more. These things do happen, but again, congratulations, Connor. A well-deserved victory here tonight. I know Caleb would have loved to have been there, maybe put the challenge on for that race win, but his connection issues dooming him this evening.
Yeah.
Was able to go out there, at least come back, and even though he was 4 laps down, give you a bit of a push there for a little while, but then I think it came back and he wasn't able to finish this one out, so tough break on that avenue.
Yeah, it was a tough break. I think he's been having a couple little issues with blinking the last couple races, but tonight it was definitely bit him, and there was some iRacing just kind of kicked him out. Apparently guys were saying like he was still in the race for the longest time, but disappeared. All of a sudden, then he got booted from the sim. I don't know if it was an iRacing deal or if it was a connection deal, but it's too bad. But yeah, he came out. He came back out after a bit, helped me out, hoping for some cautions, but they just weren't coming, so he packed it in, went to the garage, cracked open a cold one, and watched the race from there.
Can't say I blame him.
No.
Cold ones sound a lot better when you're 4 laps down.
Yeah, they sure do.
Connor, again, congratulations. A strong run here tonight. Who do you want to thank before we let you get going?
I want to thank the NTRL League. I mean, this is a really good cause for putting this race on. I didn't know the family personally. I'm a little bit far away up in Canada here, but I'm glad I could come be a part of it and help out any way I could. Thanks for the team too. We had, I'm on the Beer Money Racing League or Beer Money Racing team in the Xfinity League, and helping out. We're trying to help out with the Skunkworks team in the Truck Series, and thanks for those guys for allowing me the opportunity to race with them. It's been fun, and I always look forward to the next race. It should be a good time.
All right, Connor. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Certainly looking forward to the rest of the league racing we have in store here throughout the course of the Numb Thumbs Racing League. Thanks for talking to us here tonight, and good luck at the next one.
Thanks for putting on the broadcast, Steve. You do a hell of a job all on your own, and you got the voice of an angel as far as broadcast and racing. It's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Connor Leach, your race winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to talk to America's driver himself, the number 99 of Albert Anderson. You got a copy?
Hey, Steve, what's up, buddy?
Albert Anderson, the man, the myth, the legend, America's driver himself. Congratulations, man, a runner-up finish. I know you probably had the pace to get this thing done here tonight, but the track position just didn't fall in your lap. Walk us through your race, man.
Yeah, it was an amazing race, man. I'm really looking forward to watching the broadcast. You do a great job with your broadcast. I'm looking forward to watching that back. But Connor and I duked it out all night for the most part. We got separated there a little bit, but I had a feeling it was going to come down to him and I at the end. Connor's such a class guy. He's got enormous talent. He's lights out fast. And I was trying some strategy there. At the end of the race, coming out of 4 on that last restart, I had to start second on the outside, and that put me at a disadvantage because, Lawson was up under me and had the preferred line on the bottom, so I had to fight with him and then try to figure out what I could do with Connor. But to bring it home second, against Connor, I'm happy about that.
Well, it was a job well done. It was fun to watch all night long for sure. Not used to seeing a sponsorless red number 99. What's the story there, Albert?
So I got some sponsor information coming up in January. So I wanted to run a plain truck and then come back out with my new sponsor just to, have that much pop in circumstance when I run a new paint scheme coming up in January.
All right, fair enough. Anything you want to leak a little bit early or no?
No.
All right, fair enough. Again, nice job here on the runner-up finish here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Albert, I'm sure we'll be talking more in league racing in the future. Who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my teammate, Russell Endicott, All-Star Racing. We have a lot of drivers in All-Star Racing. They're racing a bunch of different leagues and stuff, and Russell Endicott was essential tonight. He fed me a lot of really good information. He's been my best friend for 37 years. We've literally known each other since we were kids. So it's super cool to have him on the team and have him with me tonight. And also the other guys at All-Star Racing who aren't here tonight: Jeremiah Burke, Jack Dixon, Larry Dickerson, Nick Ramsey. We got a really good program going on over at All-Star. And I want to thank all of the sponsors as well: Sim Gear Central, DEP Graphics, Davidson Builders, Martin Sports, and DW for hosting. We can't get this done without all of the sponsors, and we can't get this done without a great host like DW. So just a big thanks to all of them, all of the fans, and thank you, HBR TV and Steve Singer. Love you guys.
All right, Albert, thanks for the kind words, man. Good luck in the future races throughout the leagues that we tend to see you in here in the future, and good luck with that new sponsor in January.
Thank you, brother. We'll see you next time.
All right, Albert. Albert Anderson, your runner-up here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Justin Lawson will be the next victim for us to chat with. Justin Lawson, driver the number 20 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Justin, congratulations, man. A third-place finish, and it was just a matter of an inch or two. The margin of victory was .07 for Albert Anderson. Well, it was also .07 for you, so that finish for the second place was awful close. Was there anything you could have done differently? Was it more laps? Did you have a shot at winning this thing here tonight?
Yeah, I believe we could have got some laps. I could have had a shot. Connor's really fast. It would have had to have been just the perfect setup. And then being that we're all on relatively fresh tires there, you're flat out everywhere, so there's no off-throttle time to really set up a pass. So it was going to be tough to get around him with that many caution laps in the last run.
Well, it came down to it. You still finished with a solid top 3 finish here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so something not to be disappointed with. I know you probably would have wanted to get more out of it, but you take what you get. It is what it is, man. Looking forward to future endeavors here with Numb Thumbs Racing going forward. What do you feel about your chances at least parking this thing in victory lane at some point throughout the course of upcoming seasons?
I believe I'll get there. I've won league races elsewhere, not a whole lot, but just gotta be in the right place at the right time for a lot of them. So hopefully one day sun will shine on me. We'll see.
Well, if you keep putting yourself in position to finish here in the top 3 of the top 5, eventually those wins will come. Justin, again, congratulations on a third-place finish here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Who do you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Thanks, Derek, for putting all these races on. It's always a good time. Thanks you guys for broadcasting. Do a really good job. And then teammates, Paul and Brandon tonight. Ben, other teammate, didn't make it tonight, but thank those guys for hanging with me. And yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough, Justin. Thanks for talking to us, man. We'll catch you at the next one.
All right, thank you.
Justin Lawson, your third place finisher here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to try and get a chat here with Derek Welch, the man who organized this event here this evening and the owner of Numb Thumbs Gaming, driver of the number 1 NTG Depth Graphics Toyota. It's Derek Welch. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Derek, first of all, congratulations on a successful race here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And I guess I'll hand it over to you. Take it away, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we man, it was rough getting this one all put together. Had 2 weeks, plus I had a late model series trying to get it together and get it full, and getting this together. And Robert was a good friend of mine in high school, and you know, we kind of went our separate ways after high school, but I still stayed in touch with his wife, sister Brandy, and me and her stayed pretty besties, I guess you'll say, through the years. And but anyway, this came up, and I feel obligated to do it. So I said, well, hell, why not we do something for our family every Christmas? So this is kind of like our first annual charity race, try to find a family in need. I'll ask the NTG guys to, you know, submit their families, and we'll pick one, and we'll probably try to do this every year. And this one, I personally get to go out tomorrow and hand the money myself to the family. Luckily, they only live probably about 15 minutes down the road from me, so I'm gonna actually go live tomorrow and let the community see a family receiving this money firsthand and see their reactions, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Also, I want to go ahead and announce how much we raised. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very beneficial for the. I can't even say that word. Benefit the family a lot. I mean, it's not a lot, but especially during Christmas, any amount of help, we raised $785.
That's nothing to shake a stick at, Derek. That's huge, especially in the middle of December.
Yeah, and all top 3 drivers did not take their payouts. So thanks to them guys for even helping these people out, this family out even more. So hopefully, I know their father passed away. There's nothing to replace that, but a little bit of normalcy, will come their way during Christmas and being with their family and their loved ones, and just remembering a good man Robert was, and how he remember him, the good times and everything. And I'm sure I'm going to be a wreck tomorrow on this Twitch. I'm probably going to cry myself, so it's probably going to be an emotional wreck for me. So it's pretty great. I'm able to do this, and we're about to go live here in probably about 10 minutes to give away this button box.
Well, speaking of that, if you guys want to check out that giveaway, it's going to be at twitch.tv/numbthumbsgaming21. Give it about 10-20 minutes here, and Derek will be over on the Twitch side of things doing that giveaway for you guys. If you care to go check it out, please do so. Again, twitch.tv/numbthumbsgaming21. See it up there on the screen. We'll leave it there for the time being. Derek, again, a job well done, man. You do a great job with just the leagues, but you throw these into the mix as well. It's always good to see anything above and beyond as far as helping a family at Christmas time. You can't complain about it. It's a job well done, man. You guys did great. It's nice work.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to all the drivers that participated tonight. We couldn't have done it without them, and great job to all my admin and everybody in NTG for donating. And we had several donators that didn't even race in the race, and that really helped a lot. So thanks to them, and thanks for you broadcasting and doing a great job as always. See y'all in a little bit.
Happy to do it, Derek, and we'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for chatting.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Derek Welch finished in the 6th position here, a solid top 10 for the driver of the number 1. But again, check over twitch.tv/numbthumbsgaming21. They'll be doing that button box giveaway here in the next 10 to 20 minutes. So maybe get there early, won't hurt you. Check those guys out. With all that said, let's get to our official race results. Get down to it. Again, Connor Leach, Albert Anderson, Justin Lawson, your top 3 finishers. 4th place was Dana Shepard. 5th went to Tristan Cotton, Derek Welch, was the 6th place finisher. 7th was Tom Barris. Drew Blaze 8th. Double Lot Joe Bennett finished in the 9th spot. Paul Durkee was 10th. Josh Kelleher 11th. Russ Endicott was 12th. Brandon Coleman finished in the 13th position. 14th went to Skylar Harrod. Chris Klein, a tough break, fastest in practice. We thought we would be watching him battle for the race win, but a crash late took him out of this one. 15th, 2 laps down. Justin Johnson was 16th. 17th went to Jesse Redding. Vincent Short finishes out in the 18th position. Scott Milner was 19th. Caleb Sisk, with his issues, finished in the 20th spot. Would have been a contender for the race win here tonight, unfortunately plagued by likely connection problems. Reed Sanders was 21st, Justin Morrow 22nd, and Brian Tiffany credited with a 23rd finishing position. I don't think he took the actual green here tonight. But that's your race results here from Locascio 180, the Numb Thumbs Gaming, the Numb Thumbs Racing League, putting this on here tonight. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Of course, check us out, youtube.com/@HBRTV and the number 1, also HBRTV1.com. We will have links to the live broadcast there as well as some other things. Help us out. We do appreciate that. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. Certainly a good cause. We don't usually do broadcasts on the weekends, but when the time is right and it's for a good cause, we're happy to do it. So, again, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thanks for those in the stream chat. It was busy tonight. This was a fun one. I do appreciate the patronage and the kind words from all the drivers and the league admins here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for donating if you had. Thank you for supporting this great cause. We'll see you at the next one, guys. Have a good night.